Okay, so good morning everybody and once again welcome back in today's class. Today we are on the day number 37, right? And we are doing our work on the data. So yesterday we saw that we can bring the data in service now via transfer map, right? Transfer map, if I can say, which we discussed that third party tool, yeah, external way, we can bring the data in service now. We can bring data in service now via integration as well. Means we can do the integration with Azure AD or SAP or Salesforce or Remedy. So any tool we can bring the data. Okay, mainly. Now the problem is that we have three environments, right? We have dev, we have test, and we have prod. Okay. Now, if we have these three environments, we can bring data only in dev via transfer map. Okay. We should not bring the data in the test via transfer map. The reason being, I'll show you one example. So now this is Heathel instance. This is my instance. Okay. Heathel has a profile for me. She created my profile and this is what she created. Atul Grover. Let me do this and view default. Okay. Now what I will do, I'll create the same account in my instance as well to show you that why I'm not saying to bring the data or to bring the data in test and production from the transfer map. Okay. See this particular stuff. Copy. Right. Nothing else she did. Okay, and it should give a role of admin. Chalo. Let me save this. Okay. Now I can give a role called admin. Yeah. Now if I show you, there is no difference between these two accounts, right? Yes or no? Atul Grover, Atul Grover. Okay. Now let's say I want to, if how I can save it. Okay. I'm thinking to a good example to show you here that how I can show. Okay, good. Now, when we say that don't bring the data via transfer map in the test, the reason being, if you see these two records, ये मेरे इंस्ट में है, ये हीतल की इसमें है. क्या डिफरेंस है दोनों में? Any idea? Any idea?
So can you repeat one?
क्या चीज?
Repeat करो.
What is the difference between this account which is created in your instance and this account which is created in my instance? क्या difference है दोनों में? Tell me. कोई difference नहीं है?
There is.
What? Nice.
This is the one which Heathel created, right? Or this is yours?
Both. Heathel created and me created.
No, sorry, Atul. I meant, the user she created for you on her PDI, and then
Yes.
did you
And the
create
user
another
which
one
is created in my PDI by myself just now. What is the difference between these two?
on your PDI, right?
Yes.
No, maybe
What maybe?
this is an admin. No, both are admin accounts. There is a difference, but I don't know
Tell me.
what it is.
Do you remember yesterday I gave an example of Nitin?
Yes.
What was the difference between these two?
I think they both had the same last names.
I am asking the
and
difference.
the difference was, I think you mentioned about height.
Height is the one difference. But what is the other difference on the paper, on the records?
Roll number?
Yes, correct. Now these two profiles look similar. But the major difference is that if I open this, and let's
Also,
say,
you have many options like update, insert.
no, not that. Let me show you. Copy sysid. ये मेरा इंस्टेंस एंड ये हीतल का इंस्टेंस. ये डिफरेंस है दोनों में. The both profile which look similar, but the sys id is different. If you bring the data in service now in every instance via transform map, the sys id will be different for each record from the lower instance. Production में कुछ और होगा, dev में कुछ और होगा, and इस test instance में कुछ और होगा. Now you guys are curious. तो फर्क क्या पड़ता है? Right? यूजर तो क्रिएट हो गया ना, राइट हेमा?
Yeah.
क्वेश्चन तो ये कि so what is the how it's making a difference? We need a user is there. You are studying in BTech 4 years, year 1 you have one roll number, year 2 you have a different roll number, year 3 you have a different roll number, year 4 do you have a different roll number, but do you have a different university registration number as well for the 4 years?
No, sir.
इधर थोड़ा जोर से बोलो.
No, sir.
No, sir. Right? Then the same thing apply here. So what happened that when I as a developer start working on my scripts, I never use the username. I use the sysid. If the sysid is this, then perform this action. I did the development with this sysid in the dev, but ये sysid टेस्ट में कहीं एग्जिस्ट नहीं कर रही है, तो मेरा कोड ही नहीं चलेगा. Right? Then my code will not work. I'll show you the magic now. This is my instance, right? Let's say I'm adding a title, Mr. Save. I want to move this to Hital's account, Hital's instance. Scroll down, यहाँ करो और export XML. ठीक है? This is the way that we move the data. I'm saying data from one instance to the another instance via import and export XML. Go here. Click on the user admin. ठीक है? Click and import XML. I'm going here, download this, open. सी, वो कह रहा है पहली बात तो ये अकाउंट ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्ट करता है, ठीक है, तो ये तो पहले एरर आ गई। दूसरा, इफ सिस आईडी इज सेम, क्योंकि सिस आईडी डिफरेंट है तो उसने अपडेट नहीं किया। इफ सिस आईडी इज सेम, let me show you now. Instead of Atul Grover, let go here. चलो हेमा का प्रोफाइल लेते हैं, ठीक है। नाउ लेट मी मूव दिस, एक्सपोर्ट XML, ठीक है, ये D157, गो हियर, इंपोर्ट XML, चूज ये, ठीक है, क्लिक एंड अपलोड। देखो हो गया, नो एरर हैज बीन गिवन। क्यों? क्योंकि नाउ इफ आई गो हियर एंड ओपन हिमा, सी sys id is similar. To make the consistency in all the environments, we use this option mainly, import and export. So now what you can do, or if you understand that, if I run the transform map, same transform map in Hetal's account, the sys id will be different. देखना चाहेंगे? चलो let's do one thing quickly. यहाँ गए, लोड डेटा, ठीक है, जो हमने कल किया, विल डू द सेम थिंग, क्रिएट LNG Hetal यूजर डेटा सोर्स, ये रही हमारी फाइल, कॉपी, सबमिट, ठीक, ट्रांसफॉर्म में रन हो रहा है, इट्स रनिंग नाउ, डन, क्रिएट ट्रांसफॉर्म मैप, क्विकली करेंगे बिकॉज वी नो द प्रोसेस। हो गया भाई, ओके, ठीक है, LNG Hetal and we'll do user table, ये सेव, ठीक, ऑटो मैप, ठीक है जी, डन, ठीक, एंड रन ट्रांसफॉर्म, ट्रांसफॉर्म, डन, go here, open the user table, see, ये रहे, open this LKPHH, ये इसका sys id है, ठीक है, let open this, LKPHH, ओह क्या था, अच्छा, LKHPP था, कोई बता नहीं रहा मुझे, सब बैठे हैं, देखो ये इसका sys id है, C 3D1 and 4C. This is a problem now. The user is same, but the different instance sys id is creating a problem. I tell you the example, live example, which I had faced in my one of the project, and from there I learned this thing. We were migrating the users from revenue to service now. Okay. It was the like night shift. We did not support the night shift. So from the customer side, there were some agents who was working on that night shift. They got a request that create a user and give this role. Okay. They created the user and give the specific role. Okay. After 2 days, 3 days, customer come back to us. This user is not able to do the work in test, but the same work he was able to do in the production. We were very surprised how this is possible, because nobody told us that a user has been created directly in the production. It was there in the test, but it was not migrated, it was created. Okay, our team sit, do the troubleshooting. We check all the scripts, all the role, all the access. User ID same hai, account भी same है, department is all good, roles are all good, groups are all good. हमने सारे ग्रुप हटा के दोबारा ग्रुप ऐड करके देखे, क्लीन अप करके देखा, but nothing is happened. Then at the last, one of our architects says, Atul, check the C side of these two users. And when we check the C side of these two users, we found this user has a two different C IDs. Test में अलग है, production में अलग है. And we have a ACL on that particular C ID, which was like a invalid in the production because user C ID is different than the what we use in the ACL. Then we come to know that never ever, it is a best practice, never ever create any data, foundation data specifically in the production directly. Always create in the dev, then move to test, move to production. Now Hema is saying, Atul, come on, ये तो एक ही data था. I want to move 100 of records together. अच्छा ऐसे करना है, कोई बात नहीं, कम यहाँ हो. Let's say take group. Okay, I want to move the group. Let's say I'll just update these fields. Okay, and let's say Bushra Akhtar. I want to move these groups where the manager is Bushra. So let me filter out the things. Okay, do one thing. Yes, go here, export XML. It is exporting all these 6 records. Download. ठीक. Go here. इधर एक बात बताओ, and Hema to you. Why the header is not coming here in your instance? It is coming on my instance. See, इसमें है, but इसमें नहीं है, इस tab में. What is the reason behind that?
It's the view.
Ah,
For the,
come on.
just
view?
the
बताओ कौन सा view? Tell me.
for the user which with Heathel created.
I am saying.
Maybe they are not enabled on her on
I'm
the.
saying this header is missing in this tab.
Yeah.
But in my, you will find this tab everywhere. If I open this record, still you find the tab. Right?
Yes.
Why it is missing? सोचना. ठीक है? Now do this and import XML. Choose and sys user this. Open and upload. Wow. Why there is a no error? See, groups has been built with this one. Why there is a no error? Do you know? Why there is a no error now? बताओ, why there is no error now? ये बहुत सिंपल सा फंडा है.
Sir.
ट्राई करो हेमा, इधर. because these both are the same PDIs and they have the same CSID. So it has been updated here. Okay. So remember this thing that whenever we want to move the data from ServiceNow instance to another ServiceNow instance, we use this particular option. I'm saying data. Again, I'm saying data. I'm not saying the configurations. Configurations will be moved via update sets. ये वाला. But data will be moved via import export XML. Because we want to make sure that the sys ID of the record should be same. To make a consistency, we always use this. Clear, Funda? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, even though I was not in the plan to start this topic, but let's discuss. Hema and Hital, have you done any renovation in your house? Painting, winting तो होती रहती है घर में, right? दिवाली पे भी से
Yes.
चलो बहुत साल हो गए, 4-5 साल हो गए, पेंटिंग करवाते हैं, right?
Yeah.
And what the painter do? He come, he put the paint on the wall, and the wall becomes new, right? You have a small kid at house, even though me too have a small kid at house. We know that kids use the color, pencils, pen, anything they put on the wall, right? They put pen, they draw painting, they draw colors, they write pencils on the wall. And what the painter will do? He come, he put 1 or 2 coats, everything gone, right? Right, Emma?
Yes, that's right.
डांटो मत बेटे को, बच्चों का काम होता है ये. ठीक है?
Yeah.
Now the thing is that Atul, why this concept is there? What's the purpose of this new concept? We are going to discuss a very important topic that is called clone and upgrade. One of the favorite topic near to my heart. I love this topic. ठीक है? Clone and upgrade, basically what happened now. You know that when we started this training, we were on the Utah release, right? Sorry, Vancouver, not Utah, Vancouver. And now we are on the Washington DC release. Change the family of ServiceNow release. It's called upgrade, not update. When you were bachelor, you were using your father name as your surname. When you get married, you're using your husband name as your surname. This is an upgrade has been done. You're changing your family. Then you become mother, you become masi, mami, chachi, auntie, bua. A lot of things has been added in your life. That is updates has been happen. This is what the concept of service now here. When we upgrade our instances, we try to make sure that all the instances like dev, test, and prod should be sync. When your parents start looking a good husband for you, they start looking that the family should be like equal or more to our financial status. The boy should be studied more than our daughter. He should be earning a good handsome salary so that he can take care of family. The same thing we are doing here. They're syncing it that our daughter should not face any problem after marriage So they want to make sure that those two families should be in sync. मतलब data sync होना चाहिए. Now syncing मतलब I want what is in that production I want in the dev as well. What is in the production I want in the test as well. Like when we settle down with this concept of bride and groom, people start asking, "Ladka kya karta? What's this boy do? Oh, he's settled down. He's a director, the VP or a board of director in one of the company. He's earning very good." Means people are syncing it. That is a good match, bad match, even though that doesn't matter for the public, but they ask it. Now the question comes, how we can sync these three environment? अभी तक मैंने क्या बताया कि when we move the data or logics, if I put logics, move the data from dev to test and from test to prod. But cloning will be always in the reverse. Cloning prod to test, prod to dev and prod to test. हिसाब किताब है भाई. Why this is there? Because production, I'll give you an example. Sometimes I got very weird examples in my mind. Let's say this is generally happen. It's a very example happened in my house. Whenever my wife go to pick up my kid from the school, especially Wednesday or Fridays, when they both return from school to home, they have some ideas in their mind. Idea means in the dinner we're making something special today, not the regular one. But in the afternoon when I discuss with my wife what's planned for the dinner, she said that okay, we'll make dal roti, or we'll make rice, or we'll make some khichdi kind of things. But when they both come back from the school, the plan got changed. This is what is happening in the production instances. In the production instance, a number of times we did code changes, data changes, logic changes without making a change in the lower environment. तो हुआ क्या? Lower and upper environment, dev and production are not in the sync now. And to make the syncing, ServiceNow give us a concept called the cloning. Proper layman language, the meaning of cloning is copy paste. Xerox देखा ना Xerox. If I give you a paper, if you go to the Xerox person, that shopkeeper and say, भैया इसके 5 Xerox कर दो, everything will be same. If in the original copy, if in the original document there is a mistake, it will be copied in all the 5 documents, 5 copies as well. Cloning होती है. So what I can say, if I go here and show you, let's say this is my dev, okay, इसको रेड से कर देते हैं, ठीक है, and this is my production. Now I want to clone dev from production. I'm not saying to, dev from production. So what I will do? Tick and oh, ये देखो, ये हो गया. अब dev नहीं रहा, प्रोडक्शन बन गया. क्यों? क्योंकि सब कुछ सेम हो गया. ठीक है. So this is called the cloning. I am again repeating my words. Cloning is very simple. It's copy and paste. अब हेमा को प्रॉब्लम हो रही है. अतुल, in my house I did the wall painting in my bedroom. I love painting. I did the wall painting. I don't want that painter should override this. I don't want to paint this wall. Maybe you prepare some beautiful picture of your husband, your family on the wall, paint it very beautifully. It takes 2 months or 3 months for you to be paint everything on the wall. Then what we have to say? Then what we have to do? We have to be tell to the painter very carefully the time, the day he come to see the flat. Boss, इस दीवार पर कुछ नहीं करना है. Don't do any painting on this wall. But madam, ये तो ऐसे, हाँ, keep it like this. This is called preserve. I don't want to make any changes in this particular wall. Preserve in the service now means we're preserving some data on the table. मतलब, now let's say I have two integrations in my instance. Dev एक है, production एक है. ठीक है. Dev I integrated dev with X tool, and let's say the IP is 2.2.2. ठीक है. In the production, I have an integration with X tool, and it is 323232. Now I don't want that this data override this data. I don't want. क्योंकि अगर ये data, if this data override this, let's say ये, तो दोनों में difference नहीं हुआ. Dev also pointing to the production also pointing to the production only. ये तो गड़बड़ है, मतलब dev का data production में जा रहा है. And dev, in the dev we have a dummy data. We have very garbage data as well. तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? We have to preserve it. We have to be exclude it from the cloning request. Clear funda? Ethel and Hema.
Yes, sir.
Interesting, no?
Yes.
Right. So now, before we do the cloning, we have to create the cloning profile. The only point which I want to be say that we cannot do the cloning in the PDIs. क्योंकि cloning, for the cloning we need at least two instances. One is dev and one is production. इधर कहेंगे सर मेरे instance से कर दो, नहीं कर सकते. PDIs we can't do the cloning. For this we need a what I can say, official instances. But I will take you up to that level if once you start working in the industry and you get this project, you know that what to do. So to do the cloning, we have to create the cloning profile. Now let's come to here. Okay, I'm closing this your instance now. My work has been done. Okay, neither cloning, neither we can do upgrades in our instance from the normal way. But I'll show you. Come here and search clone. In the Washington DC, service now releases this clone dashboard to see how the cloning work. Okay, a new interface they have launched in the Washington DC release, this current release. Okay, so it says clone. What you want to be clone it? What instance you want to be clone it? I can create a new request clone. Okay, possibility will open the records definitely. I'm hoping so. क्या हो गया? ये रहा. ठीक है, ये कह रहा है क्लोन करना. यस, कौन सा इंस्टेंस? करंट इंस्टेंस, क्योंकि मेरे पास यही अभी इंस्टेंस है. किससे करना है? फ्रॉम विच इंस्टेंस? बिकॉज आई डोंट हैव एनी प्रोडक्शन इंस्टेंस, सो माय इंस्टेंस इज नॉट शोइंग हियर. But if you are in the production instance, means if you're in the client instance, you will see this option. Okay. Second, now to do the cloning, we need a specific profile because we have to do the copy paste as well. बहुत सारा कुछ copy paste करना पड़ता है. ठीक है. And what time you want to start the cloning? क्योंकि अब ये नहीं है तो हमारे पास ये भी नहीं होगा. It's PDI, so we can't do this thing. ठीक है. Number one step is this. We have to be raise the request for the clone. ठीक है. Now either you can go here or you can go here as well. Configuration. Let's say I am raising a request for the clone. Now I don't want, ये देखो यहाँ पे ना overview clone instance. ये पूरा नया इंटरफेस है. If you can explore, ये देखो ये रहा मेरा रिक्वेस्ट कि अभी ये रिक्वेस्ट है जो मैं करना है. If you want to see, you can put the instance here. Source क्या है मेरा? Means कहाँ से आएगा? Let's say dev 2028. ओहो 20 का क्या था? dev. ठीक है, let me copy and paste. ये मेरा सोर्स है. इस सोर्स से मुझे क्लोन करना है. ठीक है. यूजर नेम atul.grover, पासवर्ड अपडेट. ठीक है. वगैरह नहीं हो पाएगा ये क्योंकि प्रोडक्शन इंस्टेंस नहीं है. दैट वी नो. ठीक है. ये देखो ये वही है. नहीं हो पाएगा ये. टिपिकली यूज बाय द लाइव और दिस वन. और इट्स टू द सेम रीजन. नहीं, सेम रीजन है. ऑथेंटिकेशन फेल. अरे हाँ, रीजन वही है कि नहीं हो पाएगा. ठीक है. सो वी डिफाइन दैट फ्रॉम विच पर्टिकुलर सोर्स यू वांट टू डू इट. देन which profile I want to be used for the cloning. By default, system give this profile. Means files will get updated changes as well, right? So I have to make sure that only one profile is used to upgrade these things or to make sure that use these things. Now this is the second part. Third part. But we say to the whitewash man, भैया इस दीवार पे कुछ नहीं करना है. अब वो तो आया था मेजरमेंट करने, एस्टिमेट देने, but he is not coming for the actual work. He sent his persons to the actual work. So we have to tell him clearly what need to be excluded. These files should not be copied, sorry, should not be overwrite when I do the cloning. Bhaiya ye wall, you will not touch anything. Not a single dot you will put it here. This is called the exclusion. Clone profile, preserve data, clone data exclude, clone token, connection, discovery credentials. I don't want to be overwritten. Because if it get overwrite, I am able to access the production instance directly, which I don't want. So we can put the exclusions list here. Let's say new. I don't want the user table should be overwritten. Name and save. So this will be part of my exclusion. When you are doing this particular stuff, please exclude my table called user. So it was 179, now it's 180. That is the first part we can do. Okay, you can see here. So many tables are there. Then preserves. Save it. Something on a similar concept of which we have in the exclusion. Preserve means if I am bringing this data, okay, I said boss, you can do this wall, you can do this paint on the wall, but don't paint on the painting. On the borders you can paint it. That is preserving it. Exclusion क्या है? पूरा ही नहीं करना. Preserve that. Okay, you can do, but don't override these options. बाकी सब कर सकते हो आप. कोई इस वॉल पे बाकी सब ठीक नहीं है. ये बस ये छोटा सा पेंटिंग मैंने बनाया, इसको छोड़ के you can do that part. So we can preserve the tables. Mainly configurations होते हैं इसमें सारी. And few cleanup scripts. क्लीन करने के लिए मतलब कि ओवर कुछ डेटा उसको साफ करना है. What we have in the dev, but maybe don't have a production, so we can preserve that cleanup scripts as well. And once these three things has been done, then the clone will be starting on a particular day and time which you give it. And you can go and check it here. Search here. और यहाँ जाके आप देख सकते हो एक्टिव क्लोन्स कुछ है. सेम इंटरफेस है या फिर इसमें ऑप्शन भी था ना क्लेबल. हाँ बस यही था राइट. क्लोन होम में क्या है? अच्छा होम में तो यही है राइट. देन ऑन द गिवन टाइम द क्लोन विल बी स्टार्टिंग एंड यू कैन योर इंस्टेंस विल बी गेट क्लोन फ्रॉम द प्रोडक्शन टू द लोअर एनवायरमेंट. क्लियर हो गया फंडामेंटल यहाँ पे? Yes or no? Good. Now what is the next part? One more important point, we never do cloning on the daily basis. Cloning will be done only and only preferable when we need to be upgrade our instances. Generally तभी की जाती है, not on the regular basis कि हर 2 दिन में मन करे चलो भाई क्लोनिंग कर देते हैं. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता. So whenever you are upgrading your ServiceNow instance from one family to another family, then you can use or not use basically, then we can do the cloning. That is important point. Not every time we do, but we do the cloning whenever we go for this one. ठीक है. Now upgrades are not easy. Example मैं आपको देता हूँ. Let's say Hema says to her husband, hey, let's renovate the house. Now we are growing in the family as well. From 3 to 4 or 5 or 2 to 3 we are going. We need a more bedroom there. Little bit more renovation required in the living room, in the kitchen as well. Okay. Even though these are the updates, not the upgrades, but we can consider as upgrades as of now, for example. Okay. So what we'll do, Hema and husband will sit together and will make a budget. अच्छा किचन में ये करवाना है, लिविंग रूम में ये है, बेडरूम में ये है, गार्डन में ये है. It's cost about this much amount to us. They got an idea and they start searching it. But before you upgrade, what is important that what's coming new in the market that I can use in my upgrades. देखो, ServiceNow releases a instance. Sorry, ServiceNow releases a new family every 6 months. Washington is there now. In September, X will be coming. That's called Zunandu. XUZU or UNDU. Some spelling is there. Okay. But customer cannot or customer don't say that I want to be upgrade every time, because upgrade required efforts. Upgrade है, कुछ चल रहा है, कुछ नहीं चल रहा है. Those problems will be there. ठीक है. So customer says no, I don't want to be upgraded. And if I want to be upgraded, please tell me what is new coming in the upgrade so that I can think and I can plan. I can think and I can plan. So we as a consultant, we as a ServiceNow experts, we as a ServiceNow domains guys, we go to the customer and show a demonstration. If you want to be upgraded, these new features are coming in change, incident, problem, request, ITBM, ITM, ITOM, CSM, HRSD, coding, development perspective. If customer says, wow, good, I want to upgrade now, then we start upgrades. But sometimes customers say, no, let's skip this release and we can go to the next release. And it happens. It happens that, let's say one of my customer, he was in the Utah. So they skip the Vancouver. They say, no, I don't want to go to the Vancouver. I will go to directly Washington, DC. So it's totally on the business side that what they want, what they don't want. I saw few customers who upgrade on the latest release every time. Like now Washington is going to be released, they will be on the Washington release. Once the Zunando will be there, they will on the Zunando. When the Yokohama will be there, they will on the Yokohama. But some upgrades in the bit and pieces only. नहीं एक छोड़ देते हैं, अगले में कर लेंगे. ठीक है जी. So now to upgrade, we need a proper checklist. As I said that Hema and her husband is saying, okay, let's upgrade it now. So they prepare a checklist. They say when we can start this particular upgrades, what's the duration will be there, how many days we want that person to be there to do the work, you and me who is going to be take off during these days. It's a school exams in between, so we have to take care of the kids as well. Is any holidays, we have to take care of that as well. So multiple things, you start planning it. In the same manner, ServiceNow also help us to do these upgrades. ServiceNow said, don't worry, you come to me and you can go here. ServiceNow upgrade checklist. This is your homework for today. Go there and download this a PDF. Here. 6-page ka PDF. I'm using from the last, I guess, 6 to 7 years now. I'm not going to be take the upgrades now because it's taking a little time for me as well. Okay. But this is a checklist which you have to be read it. Simple English hai. You have to be read it. This will tell you that what are the steps involved or how you can upgrade your instance from one family to another family. Phase 1, read the release note. Phase 2, prepare for the development instance. Phase 3, देखो phase 2 में कितना कुछ करना है. Phase 3, verify and plan for the upgrade with the high support. Phase 4, here, upgrade done in the development and validate. 5, सब प्रोडक्शंस को, सब प्रोडक्शन इंस्टेंसेस को मतलब टेस्ट यूएटी को कर दो. एंड लास्ट फेज 6 फॉर द प्रोडक्शन इंस्टेंस. उसके लिए आपको काफी चेकलिस्ट चाहिए. देन 7 एंड योर वर्क डन. This checklist will help you to understand the upgrade process which we are going to be discussed tomorrow. Hital, I may need your instance tomorrow as well. ठीक है? ठीक. So tomorrow you have to be come up with the reading of this particular document. मैं भेजूंगा नहीं. You have to be go and search it. भेजूंगा तो कुछ और ढूंढोगे नहीं आप लोग फिर. Go here in the Google, type upgrade checklist ServiceNow and you have to find this particular checklist. And you must read it before coming for tomorrow's class. You must read it before you come into the tomorrow's class. And then we'll proceed further for the upgrades. And possibly, if time permit tomorrow, we'll go for the updates set movement as well. Like this, I want to move this update set from dev to another instance. We'll see how it can be done. ठीक है जी, clear? Doubt, question, clarification.
Clear, sir.
All clear, मजे में?
Yes, sir.
Good. Hema, what about you?
Good, Atul. The last document which you showed, it's just like a for upgrades only.
Yes,
like a checklist. Okay.
Only for upgrades.
Okay.
If you read this document, you will be able to understand that, okay, what need to be do, what need to be do, what need to be do. It's very, very basic English they have written it, and step by step. Okay, and this will give you the complete idea of the upgrades as well. Even though the cloning which we done, it has some points for the cloning as well.
Okay.
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 Sure. Any last question?
Oh, good. Thank you.
Okay, good. Let me stop recording and take attendance.